Hello everyone and welcome to SuttonsDaze and to the kitchen reveal. It's been a long time coming. Yes, it has. It's been 9 years, but definitely about three to 4 months of hard tear apart chaos in this house. And so now I'm happy to show you the results of a lot of hard work, and I'm so excited and so happy with the way that everything turned out, and I hope that you are too. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the first view. Woo woo woo. Okay, so this used to be a closet for the bedroom on the other side, and there was actually a door behind where the microwave is. And you guys, that was a regular view, I guess, in our old videos. And so now it is no longer there. The original door to that room is now drywalled over. And the door that you see over on the other side here is actually the door that was in the closet, leading into the closet from that room. So we moved the whole access to that room over, and we are utilizing this. So this particular, and you probably hear Coco in the back with her bone, but this right here, so we did butcher block countertops throughout the entire kitchen. And it's something that I've wanted for decades, absolute decades. I love butcher block countertops. I remember going to an estate sale for this wonderful, magnificent house in West Bloomfield, Michigan, over 20 years ago. And her entire kitchen had butcher block countertops, and it was just a really cool house. Anyway, but the countertops stuck with me and a few other things. But I really wanted butcher block countertops throughout the entire kitchen ever since then. And so I knew that that was going to be something that happened. The stain on the cabinets is actually called Blue Moon. And depending on who is standing in here and the light that's attributed to it and how the camera picks it up, you'll either see blue or you'll see greenish blue or you'll see green. But the stain is called Blue Moon, and I will put the name of that down in the description box below if anybody's interested. But I wanted some kind of color because I think I've stated before, the walls throughout the entire house are going to be white, and that's just it. I'm not messing around with color anymore other than certain things. And so I wanted a pop of color that wasn't too light, that still allowed me to see the wood underneath it. And so we went with this Blue Moon stain. We are not professional stainers, and that is painfully obvious. So that is where we have all that fun stuff. I really am enjoying the hook system for my coffee mugs. You know, I love my Tiny Chick pottery mugs. She's one of my favorite pottery artists. And I picked up a couple other ones off of Etsy from a local potterer, and I'm loving those too. So I wanted someplace to put them, to hang them, display them, and make them part of the art in the room, you know. And then just good old Dollar General. You gotta love DG, right? Because that's where the clock comes from. I need to know what time it is. Yes, I do. And then, of course, pantry. Now we know that it's the pantry in there. And that just tickled me silly. I had to do that. It was just something fun. So one of the really cool parts about this is that in the previous closet, is where they had the hot water tank and the part of the water softener system. Very unimpressed with its location. It was always very difficult to access when we needed to. So I was very happy to bring that out. We could not remove the rest of that wall going down because that part of it is the laundry room, and then part of it is where the water softener and the hot water tank are. So instead we opted to make it accessible here from the kitchen. And Phil, yeah, the man of my dreams, Phil, built these doors for it. They are amazing. They're exactly what we wanted, and they were the inspiration for the door leading into the pantry. So the original door that was there is now gone, and now we have a matching door for the pantry, which most of the time is never closed, but it was just, so nice. And you can see they did the trim around the doors and up top, so that it's all the same. So it's that bare wood. We may at some point in the future stain it, but there really is just no telling. So I guess, what? Okay, so we're gonna start here. So as some of you know, I have hated my refrigerator for quite some time. Sorry for the backlighting on this, but so we did get a new refrigerator. and we're very lucky. We managed to scratch and dent, and honestly, I cannot find a scratch or a dent on it. The dent that was on it, they replaced. So I'm like, okay, great. So we saved some money on that one, but it's my first brand new to me refrigerator. I'm very excited about that. And then of course we have the Berkey system. I have been wanting a Berkey for a very long time. I experienced my very first ever water insecurity right here in this house. When we first moved in, we could not drink the water. It was not potable for about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, until the new softener system was put in. We had to purchase water for ourselves, for cooking, and for the animals. And it was not a lot of fun. And I have wanted a Berkey ever since. So now we have the Berkey. So I'm very happy about that. And that is its new home. And again, if you've seen any of the old videos, you know that the window that I had by the sink was very small. We took that out and enlarged it to this window. It's a 5x3. I think it's a 5x3. Yep. And love it. Absolutely love the view, love the light, love everything about it. It makes standing at the sink not a chore anymore, you know. Sorry, the dogs are chewing on their bones if you can hear it. So we also replaced the sink and the faucet and all the cabinets here and the dishwasher, because the dishwasher with our water was definitely showing its age, and this new one that they have actually has some kind of lining in it so that it does not rust out the way that dishwashers normally do with the water that we have here. So very happy about that. So now let's try to bring you in on the sink and the faucet. So the sink is, it took me a while to find it, but it's stainless steel sink, and it's 10 inches deep, and I love that. Nice and deep for filling pots and that kind of thing. It is a commercial faucet that is so much fun. Here, let me do this. Okay, so it's so much fun because, oh, what did I do? So you can turn it on like that, and then it has that thing to turn it off, and then you have the spray. So the only thing probably that I would change about this is that I can't get a steady stream out of that, but it does spray, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I love it so much. So really nice, and the sink came with the cutting board and with the strainer, and there's a rack in the bottom, which I absolutely adore. It makes a lot of things much, much easier. Let me see if I can see the rack in the bottom. So very, very happy with this whole setup. That little faucet is part of our reverse osmosis, so that's all there. And actually, Culligan upgraded our faucet when they saw what we were doing here in the kitchen. So that was very nice of them. Yay, Culligan. Okay, now, here we go, right? Here is some of the most amazing artwork in the kitchen. Whoop. There we go. And that is that beauty right there. She found her on Facebook Marketplace. It was not what I intended to put in this kitchen in any way, shape, or form, right? And so we were poking around, and I just happened to see it and went, oh my gosh, perfect working condition, was inspected and everything. It's just not what these people wanted when they bought the house that it was in. She's an original 1969 country kitchen from Sears, and the model was only available for 2 years, and she is absolutely amazing. She's electric, and the controls and stuff. Here, let me get over here. I'll show you. Let me get over here. Okay, so she has a nice oven, and then the controls are here and here. Okay, and so those are fun. And then this is actually to turn on the food warmer, the exhaust fan, the light, all that fun stuff. And then this is actually a warmer that works. So yes, and I'm hiding stuff in there right now. So that's a warmer that works. This was not original with it. I needed a timer, and I could not figure out how to get the timer to work. So I bought a timer, and it's magnetic, and it sits up there. Okay, so that is, oh, I just love her. Now, the funny part is the contractor came back, Harry came back, and he walked through after I put the rugs down, and he said, how did she manage to find rugs that have every single color in the kitchen? It's a skill. It's a skill. It really is. I was lucky. They really are perfect for this kitchen. Again, white walls. I didn't want a bunch of stuff on the walls. However, it did make more sense to have the utensils that we use the most hanging up on the wall. So that is what we did, and those are all there. I did purchase new utensils. It was time to get rid of, they just weren't working. I had spatulas that would bend and spoons that would bend when you tried to use them. Pardon me, they were really just not functional anymore. These are going to last me a good long time. I'll leave links for everything in the description box below. I also needed to upgrade the toaster because you could only do 2 pieces in there at once, and you know, that delays stuff. So I got this toaster because it seemed like a nice low profile toaster, you know, thin stainless steel like everything else, and I can do 4 slices, or I can actually toast the entire piece of rye bread all at one time. Works out very well. Then, because you guys know I can a lot, I'm not canning on that sweet girl right there. It's not gonna happen. So we decided to put in this 4-burner cooktop. And so it's a gas cooktop. We have it hooked up to propane, and it is specifically for canning. I have not cooked on gas in over 2 decades. So it's going to be a learning curve getting back into it. It's going to be a learning curve canning in it. But I'm very excited to start my journey with that. That is going to be my workhorse right there. We're going to be spending a lot of time by that cooktop. And again, I got it on Amazon, and I got it for what I believe is a really good price. It works very, very well. And we have a 100-gallon propane tank outside behind that wall, and it is hooked directly to that. So it runs on propane, and that is going to work very well for us. We didn't want to have to rerun the entire line. I mean, the only thing that is run on propane is our furnace, which is on the other side of the house, and our dryer, which is on this side of the house. And it would have just been more work than anybody was really willing to put into it. So we decided to just devote 1 propane tank to the canner. And that will give me a better guess, you know, on a better aspect on how much propane it takes to actually run this on a regular basis. We shall find out, because I marked it on my calendar when I picked it up and how much it cost to fill it. So, but then we have these miles and miles and miles and miles of countertop, which I'm so excited about. There is a picture that I'll be putting in here, right here. And it just cracks me up because neither Phil nor I can remember exactly where everything is yet. It's still too new, you know, but I tried to assign things to go where I thought they made the most sense, you know. So these, I've got tons of drawers and tons of cabinets, and it just works out very good for us. I did not want a bunch of upper cabinets. They tended to collect stuff that we just don't use. So that's why I opted for the pantry cabinets for the cups and bowls and plates, and then this other pantry cabinet right here for the stuff that we use the most food-wise in the kitchen, you know. Okay, so now I'm going to take you off the tripod and we're going to do a little tour. Okay, so next to the, so, you know, I've got our silverware in there. I didn't do anything new there, but this I'm totally digging. So this is a knife block meant to be put in a drawer, and it is holding all of our knives. I love it. It's actually 2 knife blocks. They're sisters. How do we get this apart here? Okay, so anyway, there's 2. They're there. It's hard to get my hands in there. Anyway, so it's 2 knife blocks sitting right next to each other, and they hold all of our knives. Truly, I love this thing. Absolutely fantastic. Now, if we come over here, this cabinet here, I did not realize that these cabinets, these 2 sets of cabinets were actually bigger. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's why I bought them, but it was sheer dumb luck that we remembered and put them over here, because they are wider than those cabinets over there. So I was going to put the spices next to the stove, but oh yes, so I've got my spices all in here. Not all of them, trust me, but I got a lot of them in here. Still have a couple more to fill. Very excited about the spice drawer. This one holds my baking racks and my cutting mats. Very, very happy. And this has some miscellaneous things like my immersion blender and turkey cutter and my little vacuum sealer and my whisks. And then the other one is where we keep just different stuff like our medicine for the day. But, okay, so There's my tiny chick pottery. Yes, lover, lover, lover. And I purchased this from her before, and I decided to use it for salt. So we are going to switch out that plug. That's for all the extra stuff on the stove. We're going to switch that out before we plug it in. It's on the list. So I was talking, who was I talking to? I said, I think I might need an intervention for measuring cups. Can you have too many measuring cups? I'm not sure. I'm really not. But then I've got this. So that's my rolling mat, my baking mat, and my rolling pin, and some of the stuff that came with this set that didn't fit up there. And then I kept a couple of the small rubber spatulas because they worked. And I also have a bit of a problem with wooden spoons. But that's nothing new. But then my friend Darcy, my super duper friend Darcy, I have to show you guys this because it's so funny. Darcy sent me these. And look at that ugly chicken and Lisa's spoon and SuttonsDaze. These are so cool. These are definitely way cool. I will try to find out. I have the bag from them still, so I'll try to find out. But I have some wooden spoons. Anyway, and then some of my canning stuff and other little utensils and spatulas and my Vidalia chopper and stuff. Okay, and then I've got rubber gloves and the foil for making burritos and that kind of thing. And then I've got my baggie collection and foil and parchment paper. And then I've got my plates for the waffle iron right there. So that is those. And I haven't had a chance yet to line all of these, but I invested in some new pots and pans and the racks to put them on. Totally love these racks. Totally love these racks. And the pots and pans are amazing. Can I tell you that I have not scalded anything? I have not, I mean, they're just super fantastic. They are by Cuisinart. I'll put a link down below, but it's a full set, and quite honestly, they're going to last me a very, very long time. And then I've got our cast iron sitting down there, and my big stock pots right there. And what do I have here? Oh, and then there's more. Some of our older pots and pans and an old cutting board, and my cookie sheets, and big Tupperware bowls. So yeah, it all fits, which is really nice. And then what did I do over here? I've got I decided to get rid of all of my glass mixing bowls. I was owning them for the sake of owning them. And so I kept my set of stainless steel mixing bowls. I love them. I beat them to death. All my strainers are down there. All of my baking dishes, casserole dishes are down there. And then down here is my crock pots, Instant Pot crock pot. And when Phil can't figure out where to put stuff, he puts it wherever he does. So apparently I've got some cookie sheets and some cutting mats down here. I should have looked at that before I opened them, right? So, yes. Whew. So with the exception of the tripod, this is where we're at. It's been an exhausting, exhilarating ride. It really has. You guys have been with us the last few months where literally I'm sitting in a chair trying to angle towards a wall so that you can't see what's going on. It was pure and utter chaos, and things are finally kind of coming to a nice slow roll just in time for the new year. So I will put links down below for all the crazy fun stuff that I added. I got rid of a lot of my old mismatched. I have been a thrift store acquirer for a very long time, and I want to work really hard to stay out of the thrift stores because while I love them and you can find some really cool stuff, I'm trying to minimize the amount of clutter and chaos in my life, and this brings it down to a nice even keel. I got my long, many decades dream of butcher block countertops. I have a cooktop devoted specifically to canning, which, you know, that's what I do. And I finally got my Berkey. And I've got a kitchen that's big enough to have more than one person in. And that is fun and that is exciting. We are considering creating a movable island that I can use for different things. We'll see how that goes. We're going to take a break for a little bit. We're tired. We're really tired. So this is the kitchen. This is what we have accomplished, and it has taken a lot of hard work and a few swear words, and we did it. Now, none of this, not one single nail, could have happened without Phil. And I am eternally grateful and forever indebted to this man that I love dearly. He worked tirelessly. He worked when nobody else wanted to work to make this happen. And so I am forever indebted to him for making my dream come true. We had an amazing friend who is a contractor that worked right with Phil to make all of this happen. He does quality craftsmanship and work, and so I know it's going to outlast me. And then the kids and the grandkids came in and they helped pick up the last little, minute stuff that we needed to do, like hanging the trim and framing the walls and, that kind of stuff. And so without them, couldn't have done it, could not have done it. And so I am grateful and forever indebted to everyone who made my dream come true. I am hoping that I can bring you a lot of canning and a lot of cooking and a lot of preparation tips right here from this kitchen for many years to come. I want to take this moment to wish all of you a happy, happy New Year. Regardless of what tomorrow may or may not hold, let's all band together and be grateful for where we are today with what we have today, and work on how we can prepare better for tomorrow and take care of ourselves and our loved ones and those around us. Remember, if you like what we do here, please hit that like, subscribe, and share. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. And until next year, be safe.